This is something you might not have been doing, but you're going to want to start doing it right now. I myself am also a victim of not doing this, so I'm going to show you guys what I mean and what you need to change. So if you go into the gift box and you look at your claim rewards for the previous days, you will see these things called friendship points. A lot of you guys might already know about them, but you might not know exactly how they work. So on the previous day, I got 50 friendship points. The day before that, I got 30. The day before that, I got 40. And the day before that, I got 100. So why is it so varied? Why am I getting so many different amounts of friendship points? Well, it has to do with who you follow and who follows you. The maximum amount of friendship points for the day is 200. You get these friendship points each time the login resets. So how do you get the max 200? Let me show you. Go down to the menu in the bottom right hand side, then go to the friend menu. On the friend menu, you can see I follow 2 people currently out of 40. The max is 40 and you guys should be following a full 40 people if at all possible, because then you're going to see 2 little heads that look like this. When you have 2 heads that look like this, it means you guys are using each other's characters. So that means you guys will both get 20 friendship points each time one of you uses the other person's character. So if I use his character, I will get 20 friendship points. If he uses my character, I will get 20 friendship points. And that's how it works. Now, if you go to the follower tab here, you'll be able to see who is following you. You can have up to 100 people following you. Now, ideally, out of these 100 people, you should be following 40 of them back, and you should try to get 2 head icons. That way you can maximize the amount of friendship points you get. Now, inevitably, because there's more than 40 people who can follow you, there's 60 extra people who can follow you, some people are going to have icons that look like this, meaning they follow you and you don't follow them back. From those people who follow you, they will only get 10 points of friendship points, and you will only get 10 points of friendship points. So it basically cuts in half the amount of friendship points you can get, and that kind of sucks because you need those friendship points for the friendship exchange shop. And there's actually some really good things in the friendship exchange shop, so you guys are going to definitely want to make sure you guys are following and being followed back by different people. Additionally, a piece of advice for anyone that is trying to get people to follow you: do not put Gojo as your main character, because everybody and their mother has Gojo. So the people who are going to be followed back more often than not are going to be people who have characters like Megumi, like Itadori, like any other characters in general that aren't Gojo. Those are the people that are going to be followed back. The reason being, because you can only have one of each character on a team. So if they're using their Gojo, they cannot use your Gojo. So how do you change that? You go into the profile tab, you go to your assistant info, and you want to equip a different character. Honestly, you could equip Inomaki, this rare one. He's really good. He provides a lot of good stuff to the team. He could be very useful for somebody if they wanted him in a sub slot. Same thing with Yaga or any of these other characters here. I do recommend like Nanami as well. You could put those characters, and people will probably select your character to follow more often than people who have Gojo. So if you want to maximize the amount of friendship points you get, this is how you do it. Now, why do you want to maximize the friendship points? Well, if you go to the exchange shop, we have all these different shops here. Right in the middle, we have the friendship shop. The friendship shop has some lackluster rewards and some good rewards. Okay, so all of these SR recollections for the most part are pretty booty. Okay, the 2 that are okay is Death by Wasp and Sukuna's Vessel. Sukuna's Vessel is only okay because it has the resurrection status. So you could go for this one. I don't think it's super important. Like, even having it limit broken to level 1 is enough with this particular recollection there. But Death by Wasp, this is one you are absolutely going to want to get multiple copies of, and it costs 100 to get a copy, so you can get exchange 5 times and fully limit break this recollection right here. And this recollection is really good because of what it does. So the base skill, triggered upon using any command skill or ultimate skill, applies 15% damage dealt increase to all allies for 2 turns. That's really solid, right? And this is still one of the highest rated recollections for an SR recollection on JP to this day. So I highly recommend you guys actually buy this from the shop. Additionally, if you limit break it to level 1, when turn starts, if self HP is no more than 50%, recovers 20 cursed energy for self, which is helpful. So this is the number 1 thing you want to buy from the friendship shop. The number 2 and number 3 things, and number 4 technically, I would say number 2 is it's in order for you. Beacon of Training, then the Beacon of Recollection bits, and then the JP is what you want in that order. Typically, you're going to want the Beacon of Training to be able to level up your characters as much as possible. For the rest of these recollections here, I wouldn't worry about them too much because they're not going to be super useful to you anytime soon, unless you're just a collector and want to collect them all. Eventually, they will add in an SSR recollection here. but that won't be for some time, so I wouldn't worry about saving, because you will be able to get these friendship points all throughout your time of playing the game. So there you go. You can see I just purchased 5 of those, and I'm going to go ahead and purchase as many of these as I can, the full 25. And that was a lot of yellow orbs, 99,999. That's going to help me out a lot with leveling up characters. And if we go into the formation and take a look at the recollections, you'll notice I do have this one leveled up a bit because I genuinely use it all the time. I think it's really, really good. And you can now max out this recollection, which is going to unlock the limit break skill and increase, most importantly, increase the amount of damage that you are giving to allies from 15% up to, what is it, 20%? I think it's 20%. Let me double check. Up to, oh, it doesn't actually increase it. Triggered upon using any command skill or ultimate skill, applies 15% damage dealt increase to all allies for 2 turns. Oh, okay. At base, it starts at 10%. When you upgrade it, it goes up to 15%. So there you go. 15% damage increase to all allies, as well as the additional skill that we talked about of giving back cursed energy when your HP is below 50%. So a pretty decent recollection overall. You guys are definitely going to want to get this. Additionally, just once again, that exchange shop gives you the orbs that allow you to level up your characters, so that's always nice as well. Hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit. Hopefully now you understand how the friendship system works, and if you guys enjoyed the video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel. Peace.